so to give everybody the same opportunity. But they already know from people that didn't get on previous seasons who they've contacted through Instagram who's getting on the show.
Would you go on one of them shows, X on the Beach? Or?
I go on X on the Beach, and I have spoken, like, I do want to do that for LGBT inclusion, because I've done MTV, but Love Island's boring and shite.
It's scripted.
It's scripted, like,
and they're losing viewers already.
I know people from Love Island, they've told me, like, I just actually done a show, The Challenge on MTV with a girl from Love Island, so I know it because I've behind the scenes. The girl who was just on the show with me is Priscilla, but I know a few people. She's called Priscilla, she's a black girl, and she was on the winter season.
I remember, I don't even watch it.
Is she Irish?
No, British, right? But listen, so anyways, I emailed this guy a shitload of stuff about myself. Now, you want to see that fucking email. I instinctively knew, like, make it as shocking. Like, I was like, what would you want to hear as a producer? So, like, I was putting in all these, like, different, like, sentences. For example, one of them was, do you know who Jenna Jameson is? The really famous porn star from music. I was like, I can suck dick better than Jenna Jameson. I was saying all these, like, things. Like, they must have looked at this and thought he's either a liar or he's a psychopath. So they rang me. I was watching The Only Way is Essex, and they rang me, and my little sister's there, and they were like, they were coming to Dublin, like, a few days later, so I was lucky I emailed them then. And I went to meet him, like, in the Jory's Inn on the Quays. And I was there for, like, so long, chatting to them and all this stuff. And they told me afterwards, for that one meeting, they knew I was going to get put in the house, but they never told me. And then they invited me to come to London, so I went over, and there was, like, those group auditions.
Yeah, they were like,
they were all doing these debates, and I was like, fuck me, what do I have to do
so
here?
cool looking.
Stood in the middle of the room.
I swear.
Stood in the middle of the room and said, I'm not going home to fucking Ireland. I've paid to come here on my own.
Yes, I
with
know that mindset.
I said, I am fucking getting through here. I annihilated the whole room. Called every fucking girl in the room full of whores and slags. Told all the lads how boring there was. I stood up. I think I'm quite intelligent as well, because I was good at these debates.
That's smart, that is.
I was good at these debates. They're like, what do you think of immigration? Or what do you think this? What do you think that? And like, I was having all these opinions. None of it was like really offensive, but it sounded really good. Like, it made proper sense. It wasn't being PC, but it was really good. And like, I was always having the opposite view, coincidentally, to everybody else, so I knew I was standing out. So like, good, I got through every fucking round. Then went home. One more trip to England to meet executives.
No way.
I felt like I was fucking on some James Bond mission, because I was walking around fucking some part of London, and up comes to me this producer who I remembered from the first audition, and she was like, she was with this guy, and it was like, and we're talking all in like silent on the street, like somebody was fucking watching us or something, a bomb or something. Hughie, it's too early, go get food or whatever else. And I went to KFC, and then I went inside, because now it's like really whittled down. So it was one person in at a time, whereas the other ones you get to see everyone. So this is me, executives, and because I'm such a fan of the show, and I've watched all these documentaries, like on Jane Goody when she died, and on all the executives were talking, and as I was walking around this building, I've seen all these people that I'd seen in these documentaries. I was such a fan. I was like, so cool and whatever. And then
just so surreal. Like,
so I got through that, and then I had to do a psychologist meeting. Claimed to them I've had the most glamorous life ever, which was barefaced nice. It was fine. I was just, I've never had an issue, never this, never that, never the next. Fucking attempted suicide and everything. Do you know what I mean? Not to make light of it, but well, actually, no. We should make light sometimes of things instead of crying about stuff.
Definitely.
But I just nothing was wrong. Fine, never had an issue with my mum. Never this, never that. No, I had more issues than Vogue magazine never brought out. But so yeah, I got picked for the show.
Will you ever stop with them one liner?
You have the best one-liner.
More issues than fucking the Sun newspaper. But then got picked for the show, and yeah, I got on it. It was brilliant. So that's like the audition process.
What a series that was!
It was so good. I loved that.
Your rants in the diary room. I'll teach each one of these how to argue.
I'll never forget. Like, some guy messaged me that on Instagram from England. I'm not even going to say, actually. He messaged me that, and he was about to say something else. Went on his Twitter, and it's fucking that length. He messaged me that sentence just the other day, that's randomly. I'm like, that's 5 years ago. How do you fucking even remember that?
Iconic, you are.
That was brilliant, man. That was brilliant.
The best thing is, I think the reason why people found me funny is I didn't even mean for any of that to catch on. Like, I was deadly serious.
There was no filter.
You were just yourself. And it's so funny because I was trying to study him to see if he's just actually genuinely.
I didn't mean for to have those rows. I mean, like, now, if like somebody was going on something, I would say to them, like, be really honest. have a laugh, have arguments, like you get your airtime.
They didn't get you.
I couldn't play a game because I don't have the patience for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I went in with all these thoughts in my head. Yeah. Everyone's going to. Like, I wanted to last long. Like, I'd watched it years and I knew that season was going to have like 2 houses. It was all in the media. And, like, I just wanted to like last long and be the, because like if I left after a week I might never even get a chance to do other telly again. Like, so it could have ruined me from doing other TV if I was only there for a week, because then I'd already been on something. So like, it was a lot of pressure on me. So like, I kind of, because of that, and then because of the fucking bastards I was in there with, boring fucking idiots, constantly playing games, constantly pretending they're all friends. Now, bearing in mind, to this day, one of my best friends I met in there, another lady, it was on my season, I was just speaking to her today, like, I've actually met friends and made an effort with them, but I wasn't up people's arses in there for the game. The ones that were, don't even speak to anybody now. And when I was in there, I could almost, it was so palpable, I could almost smell that from them. And this is what drove me so insane, is like,
you could see it now.
I was going so crazy with people because I'm like, shut the fuck up, getting in my face every time I argue. You're only doing it so like you come across good on camera. But I mean, I'm not even arsed for him now.
See him. He is such a fake.
He doesn't speak to anybody now from the show. He's done well for himself.
What's he even do?
It's got like major businesses and all that. Clothing, like your shoe line, clothing.
That other fella, that little fella with the lisp, man, you always see him on the ads selling pendants, chains. What's with the quiff?
I always see him.
Oh man, you have
Who?
No, that other good-looking
What's
lad.
his name?
No, that's Alex who sells the necklaces.
Oh yeah, sorry, what's the other fella?
Jackson. Jackson's an idiot. He's an imbecile. He didn't even know he didn't know what his personality was.
No.
1 minute was
he thought he was a road.
The next minute he was speaking in a Jamaican accent. His granddad was Jamaican or something.
He was a road man, didn't he?
He was a fucking idiot. He isn't far from a fucking gangster. But like, Alex is all right. Like, I'd you know, people like that, I'd say hello for seeing them, and I'd have respect for, like, if somebody does well in life. But everything I said in terms of being fake, pretending to be, calling each other a family after a week, up everybody's hole. Do you know, if you had an issue and I was speaking to you, and I was speaking to you, right, if you had a problem, they'd be the type of people that would just storm into the room, and like, they had to be the one to pick up all the pieces. They had to be the one to clean the kitchen.
What was that?
They had to be one to be there for people. Like, but they were only doing it to get people to be on their side.
Trying to look like the good person.
Yeah. Whereas I used to go nuts over this. Shut up.
I'd be the same, man.
So there was an old woman, I forget her name, Jane or something, right?
Jane is my friend I was speaking to earlier.
Right. Oh, so she, I don't know if they're trying to buzz off you, right? But they're like, you left your cup there. You left your cup. And she's like, he's like, are you fucking serious? I'll show you how to clean. Grabs a big bottle of Coke and pours it on.
We got put on a task.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But I didn't know that she was on a task. So I thought she was. So although I was doing the task, I was actually getting annoyed.
You was getting wound up.
But I was glad. It was weird.
I kind of lost there. I'm sorry.
I was glad I was getting annoyed because I was passing the task, but I was actually annoyed. But we are actually friends now, so I've met genuine friends in there.
I actually get it now. See, when I see Big Brother, I just think like it's just a deal of funniness, but you mentioned different.
You'd see another side of people when you come out.
I don't think I can.
Fake as fuck, and I could smell it off them.
But as well,
I hate.
Yeah, you had a bit. You had a bit of a love life in there as well.
Yeah,
a bit of a fling.
a fling for 4 years. So I met somebody in Big Brother. Yeah. That was all fake as well. Apparently, I was only doing that for airtime as well. Apparently,
no way.
And I was only arguing for airtime, and I was the one that needed to learn everything. But I turned out to be right about everyone.
People always have.
And I was with my ex for over 4 years. Don't speak to them now. I don't want to, but that's it. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
We wouldn't even want to speak. But we
could
have went down
for him though.
I'll always care about him, and I don't wish him any badness. But I don't
want anything to do.
I don't want anything to do with him now.
Did it end badly?
No. The relationship wasn't going right. It ended over a year ago, and then throughout like over a year, I've made a million efforts and always tried to be nice. Tried to be good. Anytime he wanted to speak, I was always there. Anything else I tried. Whereas I just got abuse off him every 3 months, and I'm not doing it anymore. I was on holidays just the other day, and he went on a mad rant about me on social media because he started OnlyFans and told lies about me.
Maybe because
saying that I done it about him last year. Like at the top of this, we were talking about like jealousy and stuff. As I said, I'm not at all jealous. I actually could have a boyfriend who done OnlyFans, and I don't care about that. So he just said all of that to cover up his own insecurity.
I'll give you a little trick for OnlyFans. Right,
it just covered up his own insecurity, obviously. But I don't wish him any badness. I actually feel sorry that somebody feels like that.
But Will say the one
and I hope that he doesn't always feel that way, and he has enough self-worth to not be like that. Because I'm entitled to.
That's how much.
When my ex is bloody.
I feel sorry.
If you date somebody now and we've just broken up a week or two ago, and all my clothes are still in the house because I came to Ireland to visit my family. 12 months later, you can't give me shit for sharing pictures of my arse or whatever else, wherever I want. Because we haven't been together for over a year and I haven't seen you in a year. You've dated, you've been on Tinder, you've gave me shit a million times and I forgave it and moved on.
But is he probably doing
so
that because,
fuck off.
Because he's jealous on the way how, like, not famous, but on the way Pat you're gone, you're in the light?
I don't know. He's a great guy. He's such a good looking guy. He's really smart, earns a lot of money in his job, got a great family.
Nice.
He's a lovely, like, he's gorgeous. Like, I think he's such a good looking man and stuff.
You're coming across there pretty genuine.
I swear in my whole family's life there was good and bad between the two of us in the relationship. But since we split up, I've been nothing but good. I can't say I've done anything wrong. And
you still have the tattoo.
But that's fair enough.
All the tattoos, but
I don't know.
I wish him no badness, but I would never want contact with him now. But if I seen him, I'd say hello.
And he's wearing on tattoo of us together.
Yeah.
You look like you can't commit.
Man, you were on lows, weren't you?
In what respect?
Oh, we're getting deeper now.
I don't
What
know,
did you say?
He said he looks like a person that can't commit.
He's very like, I'm listening to him talk and I'm listening because he's very like.
Are you literally sitting across on this man trying to read him?
I want to hear what he says.
Let's
see what he says.
So he's very confident. Like, see the way he just kind of like he says good thing about this guy. Like, which is amazing.
There's
like,
a book coming.
because it's
I have no badness.
He's not exactly
because I'm happy in my own life.
Yeah, and people like that.
Wait, so how can he not commit?
I don't know. It's just like.
Go on, say
like,
it. Speak your truth.
He's full of life. He wants.
And I'm easy going.
Yeah, you know, like he's full of life. He wants. I don't know.
What, so you think he's a singleton?
I don't like rules.
Yes, one.
Oh, and something that you said earlier. Are you actually into it?
I don't like rules. I don't like people telling me what to do. I like to be myself. Even though I'm in a relationship, that's when you ask that question, like, do you like to be in an open relationship? Maybe it will suit you to be in an open relationship.
But you know what? Somebody said that to me recently, but it's not because I want to go sleeping around with anyone. It's because I can't be bothered with the jealousy and the insecurity. Exactly. But maybe that's because I have limited relationship and dating experience.
That's what I'm going through.
I'm thinking, I just need to have somebody that's like this, or we need to have an open relationship. But I can meet the right person that'll be a good relationship as well.
Maybe
I'm not letting myself get ruined.
That's exactly what I'm doing. So you meet the perfect person who will let you
live my own life.
Yeah, but maybe it's gone at the wrong time in your life as well. Maybe.
I have too much to do now.
Exactly.
I have too much to do. I don't want a relationship. I want to date guys. I want to meet people. I want to do my OnlyFans. I want to do more telly. I want to do
You're dead right, man. Just do whatever you want to do.
Programs.
Just do you.
I want to travel. And I would love nothing more than to have like a guy beside me doing all of that, like as a best friend.
Imagine that would never happen though. Even as me saying I would like a girl to be beside me.
But who says it can't happen? We can meet us.
Say it again.
We can meet or someone like us.
I think we've met my match anyway.
Yeah. So it's not because I could have. But you know what?
Give me a lift.
I'll be very honest. I probably see you don't actually have feelings for somebody, but I probably maybe not have an open relationship. I probably could have a relationship where it could be open to. We could sometimes do things with other people, not romantically, but maybe sexually, maybe together.
Yeah. Maybe go swinging.
Like Will Smith and his woman.
Swinging.
But at least I'll admit that. Then no one's cheating and no one's bored.
I'd be up for swinging.
And that's not like an excuse for me not a cheater.
I said this. If you
we all know you'd be up for fucking swinging.
I would. It's not that I don't love the person I'm with now, but I probably would.
I will be, but I'll be picky about who I'm swinging with. So I'm gonna be.
But you said you're really jealous. That'll probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm more like I'm being out straight. Like I'm not gonna be jealous. Like if my girl is sleeping and she's smiling, I'm like, what the fuck is making you smile? Wake up.
No, that's not good. We need to ring the police.
He has a toxic trait.
This kind of behaviour is what's making me not want a relationship.
Yeah,
but I like a relationship.
Yeah, not psychotic, obviously. No,
do you not think it's so lovely just to have somebody like your best friend?
Yeah, I don't know how people do. I need to learn how not to give a fuck. That's what I do.
But is it really hard to meet somebody that likes a shag? No. Like, let's be honest, that's so important.
It is.
I love having sex. And I don't understand why everybody else does it.
That's pause. That's what scares some people. So, like, let me not lie to you, right? Sometimes you can be someone.
You think you're going to cheat in the
No,
75 guys?
I'm not thinking that you want to cheat. Sometimes you can be with somebody who likes sex. Okay? Now, that's great. It's amazing and all, but when you're in a relationship, that doesn't come into play because sex is great and all, but when it's too much,
I'm not gonna agree with you there.
I'm gonna agree with you.
But why can't you experiment? Why can't you just do stuff? This is what I mean. I could probably have the odd threesome if I had a boyfriend. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I could. I'm just saying that I don't know.
If that's
my girl would love you
because
she would love him so much. Because she's like him basically. She has that. She loves.
But why could I not? But wouldn't that be fun? Like if we're getting a bit, because let's be honest, you would end up getting a bit bored. But you love the person, your best mate.
Yeah.
Like I want a best friend or I want to have sex with. That's all that I'm asking for. It's not a fucking lot to ask for. You don't need to have money.
But relationship is more than sex, though.
And do you know what I want as well? Do you know what annoys me is if I had a boyfriend and I swear my whole family's life and he had one dream, like say for example he just wanted to do a particular job or he wanted to like
and he didn't go
to a certain part of the world, even if he just wanted to go volunteer. He always said. He said, I always wanted to volunteer for like people abroad, and he had to go away for like 6 months. Yeah, I'd miss him, but I'd never, ever, ever stop him from doing that. Do you know why? Because when we're 65 and we're sat together, we've got enough of time to be looking into each other's faces when we're retired. Like I want us both to do all of our experiences throughout our lives that we want to do, even if that means. Each other. When you're young, you have to just do that. You have to be happy to help have a happy relationship. Your responsibility is to make you happy, not someone else. And then you come together and be happy. Is that a lot to fucking ask for? Apparently I'm weird. Because I say if you always wanted to do like an acting job and somebody somewhere in some country said you can go and do like a small movie and you have to go away for 4 months. I am fully happy. I will be your biggest fan and I'll have the biggest party for you when you come home. And I'll be your biggest fucking supporter. Why does that make me weird? I don't ever want anyone to tell me like that. I'm never settling.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea, but it's hard for some people when they have kids.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When you're young or whatever age,
young, you say.
Like whatever age, like 30 is still young. Like before you have kids and you're sat there together, man.
You're 33.
No, he said 30.
No, he said 30.
He didn't put 3.
No, 30. You're
from 35 down was still young.
You're still young.
From 35 down is
young. There's no showing no limit on age.
50 is still young as well for some people.
If you want to start over at 50, you can. But what I mean is, it's different if you have kids and all, then that's different, of course. But I mean, two people together, like if I met a fella. We have to give a relationship time and I don't like the word compromise anymore. I think maybe understanding and be there for one another and get each other and like try making yourselves happy and each other happy. But you have to be each other's biggest supporters and like stand beside one another and like you can't be getting all insecure and constantly wanting to hold on to each other. I've done that in the past. You lose yourself. You're terrified on your own then when you're so used to being with someone.
We haven't really said this much on the podcast at all, but me, I was in a bad headspace for a long time and I was insecure in my own self for ages and then got out of that environment and now I've said this to all boys all the time, but I've been the happiest I've ever been.
That's brilliant.
Even through COVID and all, man, this is the happiest and the healthiest I've been in years.
Do you think it's because you've started up doing the podcast and all now as
Probably,
well?
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it.
And you've got a new sense of perspective. You've found something you like doing and all.
Yeah.
But you need to have somebody who'll support that. Like,
I think I do, to be honest.
Do you know what I mean? And you do need to do that. So like, I'll never, ever, ever get in a relationship until I find somebody who at least has those things. They don't have to be the best looking. They don't need to have loads of money. They don't even have to be the best person in bed that I've ever been with. None of that. Just somebody that is an all-rounder. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's a lot to ask for.
It's not you.
It's not a lot to ask for.
A bit of understanding.
It's not but you know what they say? You don't know someone until you live with them and have kids with them. That's a fact. You can be with someone who lives on their own and you live on your own.
It's not up to me to deal with your insecurities. I'm not a therapist.
I was there was reasons why.
What's my name? Xanax.
Your mindset is
Will you stop?
Your mindset is so powerful. You're the type of, if a girl has your mindset, it's hard to be with her because she's like, and you get it, like you are that kind of person that you want the best for yourself.
Everybody tells me I want to find it hard. So would I be hard to be with them? I think I'm so easy.
No, you're easy going, yeah, but you don't want anybody to disturb you in that space.
Yeah, I can't be arsed with that.
Do you understand?
Please.
So it's hard.
And it makes me go crazy.
Do you understand?
I disturb everyone's peace because I scream and argue then. Because I'm so trying to stop the anxiety that I end up feeling like I'm squashed in a corner and I scream the fucking house down.
Yeah, exactly.
So I act worse.
Do you want to go into the diary room?
That's what happens to me. I so much don't want to argue. I argue that I don't want to argue.
You have to argue to get your point
How
across.
toxic is that?
Sometimes I can be in the middle of an argument and I get bored. I'm like, what am I even arguing about? You know what? Never mind. Just
Sorry, do you know what he actually does, right? So when everything gets a bit tense in here, right, and we're all planning and all, right?
He's so funny.
If something kicks off and we're trying to organise something and everyone's a bit stressed, he just sits back and goes, I don't have to speak to anyone. I have human rights. I can just sit here and not say anything.
because I don't want to.
I won't say anything.
And he knows.
And
he goes. That's when he's angry.
That's when he's angry.
I don't know
So
why.
you need to know your rights.
Yeah.
Sometimes. When I was on Big Brother,
Know your rights, people.
When I was on Big Brother, I turned around and said, "Well, if I get evicted, I'm refusing to leave." It was hilarious thing. I said, "I'm refusing to leave because I'm a traveller and I'm claiming squatters' rights." I said. It was the most hilarious thing because I turned around and I said, "Well, what will happen?" And one of the housemates said, "They'd probably just send in about 10 big burly men to drive."
Yeah, and you said, "Oh, lovely."
Oh, yes, that's what I said.
Squatters' rights.
I just claim as squatters' rights.
That
I
is
know
the
my traveller's
funniest
rights.
That is the funniest thing I've heard. I would like to
That's a cracker.
I'm not living out your love squatters' right.
Well,
What a legendary statement. I love that.
What was I going to say? You know what that reminded me of? Basically, probably men come in. Remember the time with Stephen Burt and he's like mincing the diary room up, and these men come in and just shit themselves.
By the way, have you been looking
Yeah.
at his fucking Twitter recently?
yeah.
Fuck me. I mean, literally, you can fuck me if
He
you
was
want.
yeah. So
Did you hear that?
He's
No.
in trouble again. He put a video of him getting head off his board.
Then he's getting his arse eaten and all.
Yeah.
in a new
No
one.
way.
Who's that?
Stephen Burt. I actually
No way.
genuinely liked it.
Jamie Glass.
Do you know what? I've met Stephen Bear like 3 or 4 times. He was so lovely, nicest guy ever.
So funny.
I definitely think he's got a behavioural disorder. 1,000,000%. He's got
Think so?
ADHD. Because he was on
Definitely has ADHD.
the show that I'm on right now, The Challenge on MTV, he's done 3 or 4
He's on it,
seasons
yeah.
of it, and the people behind the scenes, like all the cast and like even producers, all said like they've never ever been around somebody like him to live with. Like he literally runs around with pots and pans, banging them, waking everybody up, and it's not just for TV. He gets so bored, but I get it because I think I've got ADHD because I get very bored. That's why.
Says I have ADHD.
Do you remember on Big Brother at the end when I fell in the pool?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
How I ended up falling in the pool was we were put on rations and we were given like really cheap, you know, like White Lightning and all, cider, cheap cider, and I downed it all. Nobody else wanted that. I mean, who's going to say no to that?
I'm down to that looking for Steven's beer video. I couldn't find it.
I'll get it, forgive me, I'll find it.
I was there looking for it, but I just.
Oh, you'll see it.
Because you didn't spell his name properly!
What did he say?
He
B-E-E-R.
said S-T-E-V-E-N, it's P-A.
How do you spell Bur?
No, it's the Stephen he spelled wrong.
Yeah, I told you.
It's trending, like he's
trending. Yeah, it is trending. It is actually
know
trending.
that.
But I want to see the video to see what.
It's good video.
What?
Well, let me see.
And to be fair, it's a good angle because his cock ain't that big. You can find the proper ones online.
No
But it's
way.
fucking-
It looks like a
The
you.
amount of
I know.
amount of like money they're making from it because like they're uploading the amount of fans they've got. Like I've got hundreds. They've got thousands of fans on OnlyFans.
Let's see. guys.
What? It's a whole video of that.
No,
happening?
it's just a clip of us. Like,
Oh yeah, to see the other yoke.
But to be fair, I think because he's so well known, he shouldn't be putting up previews like
do
that.
understand.
Maybe if he wants to
But
post it on his website, he can.
OnlyFans or
But he's in trouble though. He's in trouble though, isn't he?
not in trouble.
No,
he's
that's
in
because
trouble.
of like look at
Remember him with what's her
I'm
name?
trying to see. Let me see this.
Paige,
video.
is it?
Take me out.
What's her name?
Georgia.
Georgia. Out the back
Yeah, I
garden,
mean,
giving it
right.
socks.
So what's going on is already
He's in
right, we
court.
can't obviously speculate. So
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
what
yeah,
we're doing
yeah.
here, but he
Oh, sure, it was a video.
right. He's put stuff on his OnlyFans
Yeah.
and allegedly, because we don't know,
Yeah.
it's gone to court.
I've never seen this bit of that there.
Right.
God.
Allegedly, Georgia Harrison from Love Island, who he met on the challenge that
Yeah.
I was on, when he had a girlfriend, his girlfriend was Ellie O'Donnell, not them
Yeah.
O'Donnell
Yeah,
twins.
yeah, yeah.
So he went over there, got with Georgia in the house. This is all true. All of that was going on, and then they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then they were doing content and stuff, and apparently the masks and stuff on. But he then had a security video of him shagging her in the back garden and uploaded the footage from the security video onto his OnlyFans, and fans that were subscribing to him contacted her and told us that she's getting them done for revenge porn. But it's all allegedly. Allegedly, we don't know because the court that's next year. So now he's got a new girlfriend. And she already is an OnlyFans content creator and everything else, and she's, I don't know what else she is, a stripper or whatever. So she's sound with that. But everybody's like giving them loads of shit. But in my opinion, they're both adults. They're making adult content for an adult website. And they're two consenting adults, and it's for
people that want to go on to
it. But the reason why it blew up is because of him. But I do think because he's so well known and he has all kinds of fans, then he shouldn't put it on his Twitter. He should put up his "I'm doing it" and maybe pictures, but not damn videos.
But on the flip side of that, do you think it's good marketing though?
Oh my god, he was like the #1 trending thing. Like them videos,
Twitter's bigger than what people actually think.
Millions of views, dude. If you look on those videos now on your phone, it'll tell you it's like 4 million views. And he's got 200,000 followers. So
it's not even him posting the videos. Random people in the game like some views for that shit.
You followers on Twitter.
I'll post it for you. Like, we'll follow each other.
Follow us on Instagram, anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, Twitter's coming back now a bit.
I don't even know how to use it.
Twitter has
I don't know.
Do you know what? To be fair, I do kind of like Twitter a bit.
I'm in Instagram.
I don't like it.
But see, Twitter, you can post anything on Twitter.
Yeah, there's no
Twitter's full of hate. I don't like Twitter. Be honest.
A lot of people with opinions.
Well, I'm going to be really honest with you. I've had a bit of it recently, and it's fucking done my head in. So, because the new program I'm on is airing, on the very first episode there was a girl who just happens to be black. Not that that's anything to do with it, but everyone on Twitter made it to do with it. She got eliminated first, and she apparently wrote like a list of people's names she was going to target to get out of the show and whatever.
And you were on it?
No, the whole house was on it in like a tier system, and she was showing it to others to try and get them on side sort of thing, right? Listen to this. Yeah. So I had actually seen that list, and I told a few people.
Snapping
and everybody else had, and everyone was talking about it, but the edit only included 1 or 2, and I was one of the people. But all on the fan pages, they were like all bringing in the fact that she was black and I was white, calling me racist. And I'm like,
racist.
What have I done that's racist? You're trivializing real issues in the world. Like, why can't I have a disagreement with somebody who's black that makes me racist? It's not got to do with being black.
See, I think the world exactly when they see a white person and a black person in a very awkward situation whereby they're arguing, race comes out of nowhere.
See, I know that with being a traveller, that I think that travellers is the most acceptable prejudice in the world, 100%. You can say whatever you want. No, it's the most acceptable prejudice in the world. There's no allies for travellers. Nobody gets shocked by stuff for travellers and whatever else. Like stuff about travellers, other than travellers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's
but still, you can't assume every time you don't get into a shop it's because you're a traveller, or every time you can't get into a pub. But it still becomes a bit odd when
it's happening.
Everybody has all of these issues.
But it does happen.
It happened to me my whole life before I was on TV.
It does happen because there's actually I won't even say the pub, but there was a pub up in Tallaght, and fucking traveller family. We got on great with him. He was. I literally only with him last week. No. I was literally only with him last week.
I'm just saying, he's a Metro is gone anyway.
So someone died in their family, and a pub actually called the guards and had the guards waiting at the pub so they couldn't have drinks after.
That's disgusting.
It's proper.
Or like when there's funerals in certain towns and every pub in the town shuts down for that weekend and stuff. Like, that's ridiculous. There's travellers that's complete scumbags. I've met there's people in my own family that have sent me death threats.
Scumbags everywhere.
I argued with my dad and automatically target me for the fact that I'm gay and all of this. Like, you can see all those things even online because there's times I've posted about awareness and whatever else and internal stigma and to talk about those things, but there is those views in society where travellers is really aggressive. A bit like black men, before a lot of people meets them, they consciously or subconsciously think they're aggressive.
I'll tell you a story.
And traveller men is the same way. You're aggressive. People see you as aggressive before they even know you.
That's judging you. They judge of character. Like one time I finished a comedy show in Jobstown. And when I finished in Jobstown, and I was running home, because I was a black guy, I was all wearing black hat, chain on my neck, and it's cold. I was running to my car, and while I was running, there was an old lady right in front of me.
She got scared.
And, yeah, she looked back, she saw me running, and what she did, she grabbed the handbag really tight, and I see this happen. I felt bad, so I ran up to her and I grabbed the handbag and I ran away.
You didn't, you liar! Shut up! Shut up! No, you didn't.
No, because she judged me. So like, what's that little?
You judged me. I'm getting
a black because she judged you.
She saw me, and I was like, "What's your?"
This has to be a joke.
No, because what's a hand? What's a hand?
No, but seriously though, like
what's a hand?
I will give you an example, right?
Like, what's a hand gonna do, like?
I got so.
It's not like a hand is gonna protect the bag, like.
You need help.
Like, jokes aside, I am. I'm really passionate about different subjects, as I know how to explain it, whatever. Like, I was just in a playground recently with my cousin, and she's got 2 young kids, and she was on the phone to her dad. Her dad was in England. I'm just telling you this because it actually kind of matters. Like, I gotta explain the story. So I was pushing her 2 kids, and there was a black man walking like towards us, and I swear on my whole family's life, my cousin actually turned around, and I didn't know what to do because I felt like the guy had heard her. Not because I was scared, but I felt bad. I felt bad for the guy. I honestly, I wanted to punch her. Honestly, I really did. She turned around. She turned around and she went, move my children over there away from him who was walking down here, because she assumed he was going to do something. And I know that's from a conditioning thing about the fact that the man is black. And I was like,
it's mad,
like this, and I was like, I turned around and I said something different to her, like, oh yeah, I'm going to walk up there, like I was answering her.
Yeah, very good.
I went like that. And I never felt so bad in my life for that guy. He was like a young guy, he was like a big guy, and like, who gives a fuck what he is?
Yeah, sure.
And like, I felt so sorry for him. I was thinking, imagine if he's fucking hurt. I didn't know whether to apologise, because then if I'm apologising, I'm making him know what she's saying.
Just keep walking.
I don't know whether he's going to feel bad or how somebody could react. I'm hoping he didn't hear her, but like, it's stuff like that. Like, and as a traveller man, I know that people have those views about travellers also, and automatically assume if travellers travel about, they're going to leave loads of rubbish behind, they're going to rob in the area, the kids don't get educated, or all of the men are homophobic, or the women are abused or forced to live a certain lifestyle. Like, there's all kinds of people.
I think it's just a stereotypical thing. When you see a traveller, you be worried about this. When you see a black man, you be scared. Or you're going into a plane, you see a Muslim man,
gay men's
like,
going to eye up every man.
Or you see a white young fella from the state with hats and hoods.
Do you understand? Yeah, I think it's just the judgmental thing about, you know, like there was a time I was walking into the plane, and this guy on the queue, you know, when you're going up to Ryanair, and there was a guy behind me. I was looking at him all day. He's from somewhere like.
So he is watching guys all day.
Like, he's from India, because he had all his Muslim thing dressed up.
People get scared they're going to bomb on the plane because of what happens.
And he was right behind me, but I was afraid to ask him. You know, I just don't know, and I say, "What's your plan for tomorrow? Have you got any plans for?"
Because you wanted to start a conversation.
Yeah, so I didn't feel bad.
But that doesn't always make somebody like a racist person. I get that you've probably been raised with certain views and all, but it's down to the right education to change it, and it's down to like people from those backgrounds to speak out about it.
It's for the new generation now to try and turn all that stuff on its head and leave all our elders brought us up as.
And you can't get offended by everything that every person says, that, because you can come across a bit like you're preaching, and
exactly.
Like, nobody wants somebody preaching.
We as humans, we need to stop judging book by the cover. Like, you know, it's like we don't have to see people and just automatically judge them.
So you're gonna start calling me foul?
No, I won't never call you foul.
Is that a bit like when you said knacker on Facebook in your video? I commented on that, you know, by the way.
Yeah, good or bad comment.
It wasn't bad, but it also was explaining why people had an issue.
Thank you.
So I said, I've met him before, and you came to the traveller site and you were driving, and well, we call it driving, like what do you call it? Like joking, like taking the piss with him. And also comedians are a bit like, it's a bit like acting. It's a performance, and just if somebody's a serial killer in a movie, you're not going to think they're a murderer in real life. It is a performance, like rapping and stuff like that. But the problem with that video was the comments underneath is what I had the issue with, is all of the people underneath was accepting the apology, but they weren't even travellers. It was like, it's not up to you to say if an apology is okay or if it's not.
That's actually very true, because there was someone that commented on that video
and nobody was offended.
I knew, and they weren't a traveller.
And do you know what I had the problem with? If for example, I walked into area that a lot of black people is associated with, like Brixton in London. And I made a video, whether I'm a comedian or not, and I said that word about black people. I would never work again, regardless of how I meant that. Now, I don't believe in that. Well, that word is like, you shouldn't use these words, but it's hard to say, like, for somebody to never work again. But I do understand why we need to eradicate certain words in society. But I know that there's not enough power behind the word knacker in society to like be offended by that unless you're a traveller.
And if I didn't bring the awareness that the word knacker was a racial slur, even people didn't even know. It was through my video. A lot of people was like, oh.
No, I think every Irish person knows it's associated with travellers. They're liars when they say they don't.
I mentioned earlier today that ignorance is bliss. When I did the video, I kept emphasizing.
Right. So my comment was
2 seconds. Huge. When I did the video, right, I kept
just calling huge.
Sorry. I kept emphasizing on the word, the N word. And someone that comment is not even the N word, it's the K word, to show how much I wasn't even aware of it, because I thought it was just the N word. Now listen, when
it's a silent K, it sounds
like knife.
I don't know, but to me, when I want to use the K word to someone, I feel like if someone just picks it up like, oh, you. No, that's the mindset
right, so
I had. I never knew
that.
It was a racial, like it was a bad
one of my
like
best friends always used to say that word all the time, and she obviously knows it's associated with travellers, but it's stuck on like another meaning to mean any old like scumbag.
I'm not even gonna lie, I use it not as to call someone a traveller and knacker.
But this is what the problem is.
Yeah, but but like I use that word as he was saying, picking our nose.
Yeah, do you know
right, so this is what I need to explain to you.
Going back to old Dublin sort of.
Yeah, slang.
Right. The origins, even in a dictionary like pikey and knacker, is a derogatory slur about gypsies and travellers and like Romany people. It says it in the dictionary. Everybody knows they're associated. If you live in Ireland, you live in England, you know that those words are associated with travellers. But the problem is, the only people who speaks out against them is travellers. If I was to use a word against black people, even women, or I don't know, gay people or whatever, not just people from those communities or minorities would have an issue. Anyone would, because there's enough of awareness and there's enough of people speaking out. There's enough of allies. Like as I said, underneath those videos, people was like, oh, the world's being too sensitive or this or that. But if that was another racial background, there'd be none of that. And people, even if people felt that way, they'd never say it or they'd never be seen to say it.
I think it's the context of.
It doesn't mean that every person's racist who says it, because there's not enough people speaking out against it.
I think it's the context on which the word is said. If you look at the joke and the way I said it, right? I said, right about now, I'm in Wexford. Wexford people are known for things,
strawberries,
right? You know,
your
strawberry, and I said, but I am no strawberry. So in a way, I'm just calling myself anyway.
I don't think I said he's not racist, so we're not looking to cancel anybody. But let's use it as a moment to educate people on why it's a problem, why people are offended.
I did the apology video.
But the issue is all the comments underneath, it was people that weren't even travellers that was accepting the apology. It's like, shut up and just learn not to use it, and don't keep giving me your excuses of this is what it means or this is how I mean it. Regardless of what I said, I mean by the N-word about Jesus Christ, it could just come out your mouth, about black people. Regardless of how I say that, even if I say that, even if I'm bloody on a TikTok and I'm rapping along to a Kanye West song and it just slips out, your life is ruined. You are cancelled. So that's what I'm talking about. Is like any old scumbag can be called a knacker now. That's subconsciously making a comparison to travellers, because the traveller stereotype is a scumbag, is a thief, is smelly, is uneducated, is a pest on society. So any person that gets called a knacker, like you see it on Facebook, me bike got stole, or fucking knacker. But they don't always mean it's a traveller. But there is almost like a subconscious comparison, because when you think of it, the stereotype of a traveller is people that does those sorts of things. So it's kind of almost been watered down to become that. But it should just not be getting said anymore.
I think travellers are not even the end. I don't see
travellers,
them as I think they're just a different kind of type of,
But if I'm telling you I'm getting offended by it, is it so hard to stop saying it? So why is it everybody underneath it going, oh well, they don't mean it that way, the world is far too PC? Why are you so passionate that you have to use it, that you can just argue? Why just stop saying it? It's a simple thing. But you can't like put thousands of comments underneath somebody's video and call them racist when there's not enough of awareness and enough of people going against that word that people are always using it in a racist way.
True.
Sometimes they're just using it in a slang way. Somebody stinks or somebody farts, all you knacker. Do you know what I mean? If enough people speaks about it, we'll get to a stage where then it might become part of that cancelling thing or whatever.
Normally I wouldn't have, to be honest with you, right? Normally I wouldn't have cared. But when I look back at it, most of my genuine hardcore followers are travelers. I'm gonna actually like to you. Travelers support
and I think it's so funny.
They supported me so much, and when I started realizing, oh my god, they were angry at me. I was like, that's why actually, you know what?
You put up an apology to
and I had to, because I can't afford to lose them. See, I'll tell you one of my first early videos I started doing when I started doing videos. So it was a video of me driving a car as a traveler. And I played both roles, the traveller and the African.
Yeah, and that's fine. Who cares?
You know what I mean?
That's
so
funny.
I was like, come here, buddy. You wanna buy a laptop?
And even if it's negative, that's okay. It's comedy.
Okay. And I thought he was gonna offend the travellers, but they took it.
It's fucking hilarious, like Catherine Lynch and stuff.
I fell in love with it. I was like, wow, they can take a joke. Wow.
And you look at all the stuff Travellers puts out there, and you look at these documentaries, like Travellers have an opportunity, and Traveller organisations and any of these shows have an opportunity to show and celebrate diversity in the travelling community, but you don't. You just show all of these...
The big gypsy wedding and all.
Yeah, all of that. And every time I speak out about stuff or I do anything, I'm always trying to like talk about things in my own opinion. I'm always trying to be my own individual. I'm always trying to like live my own life, and I'm honest, I got well more abuse from other travellers for anything throughout my whole life, including like being gay, doing stuff on telly, targeting my family. How can you support them for being gay, calling yourself religious, or supporting homosexuals? Like, I've had way more shit than I've ever had from non-travellers for being a traveller. But I do have to say that it's so acceptable for people to be judgmental consciously or subconsciously about travellers, and there's never really anybody that stands up and supports travellers like they do other backgrounds when it comes to certain context and certain terminology, and just even how the media writes stuff. It doesn't like offend people. Do you know what I mean? Like the only people that gets offended is travellers. In other words,
there's no one else that's going to get offended.
Like when John comes out to put a video up about that, I was more worried because they listen to him a lot. Like, you know, when he just because John, because in a way that situation wouldn't have blown as much. But when I start getting notification,
I think that's where I first seen it.
Yeah, because it was. And I was.
That's when I seen it. Remember, I said
that's when I got. That's when I got the fright of my life. I'm like, damn.
But just don't ever use that word again.
Oh, why do you think
don't use
why do you think today you said I couldn't even say with you?
And also like you.
I want to say. I'm like he was like. When he said, I was like, oh, he's shocked.
And I know you don't have an issue with bloody travellers, and I don't think you're.
I can't even have issue with travellers
at all. Like, you bloody come and invite me on here. You come and pick me up. You're there with travellers. I said all this in my comments.
Yeah. Exactly.
To people, but I was explaining why it's wrong to kind of to tell people they're being sensitive for being upset.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're allowed to be upset about it.
Everyone has their own feelings and their own experiences. Doesn't hurt me because I know I'm not anything to do with that negative stereotype. But it irritates me that it's okay to say that, but it's not okay to say any other words.
I like the way you actually stand up for the traveling community.
You speak well
very. Like, I think you are like what actually how you carry yourself. Even the way that they kind of like get mad at you at the beginning, coming out and stuff like that, but. You still have
thank you. Because I'm a traveller boy, and like my sister's kids are, and I want them to grow up in a world where people doesn't stereotype them because they're travellers, but I also want them to grow up and know they can be their own individual, regardless of their ethnic background.
Of course. Wow. Everyone should have the same opportunities.
You can be yourself and be a traveller.
In my opinion, right, I never really actually followed what you're doing or that, right, but having you here now, like, I have huge respect. I'll definitely be following you because
thank you.
I've always
you're so intelligent, man, and
I think you're brilliant.
You're just so straightforward.
Thank you so much.
That's it. There's no point in beating around the bush. And
I think that's why people like you.
And as I always say,
that's obviously why people.
What do I say, monks? Authenticity sells, and people love people that are true to themselves. And it's just not fake, man. Fuck fake shit, man. No one wants fake friends.
Just fake lips and a fake arse. Fake teeth. I'm going to be getting a hair transplant soon. Yeah.
Where did you get your teeth done?
Got my teeth done in
I was going to ask that question.
Did you go to Survey? Severe? Or did you go to
I went to Dental Centre.
Dental Centre.
A comfort zone was where I went.
Like we're in Ireland. Your teeth in Ireland.
Turkey.
No,
Turkey.
Because I was like, in Ireland, it's going to
I
be
want to get mine done, yeah.
So here, I'll have a little yoke, right? So, any funny or mad drunken stories from nights out?
Oh God, I've got a lot of them.
Give me some spills.
Do you want some from when I was in Ibiza?
Yeah, oh, yes. Some recent ones.
Right, so I had to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I love how you took a deep breath there.
Let's just sit back, boys. And just
right, so do you know when I said that comment earlier on, I've only slept with 5 boys my whole life. I then said, oh shit, well that's not exactly true. There was 5 boys before I went to Ibiza.
Oh God!
And then
it's multiplying.
The first 3 days I barely slept, barely ate, all I done was drank. I can't even decipher which day was which and which part was what.
What a great day.
Those 3 days I slept with 4 boys. That's ridiculous. And I'm just admitting about being
3 days you slept with 4 boys.
Yeah. So when I first got there, I got with some guy. I was already drunk. Then that night or the early hours I got with some guy after that.
That's how you send a holiday.
Then there was a Spanish guy, and then there was a guy from South America, but I don't know whether he was Colombian, Brazil, I don't know what he was. I can't remember his name, I can't remember his nationality, never mind his name. And I was drunk, and like it was all consensual and everything, and not safe and whatever, but I mean, I think that's quite crazy. In 3 days to sleep with 4 people.
That's a good goal.
Have an hour's kip here and there,
that's
maybe packet of crisp here and there, and then walk around the pool in a thong.
You should be proud of that, lad.
And then I'm not.
Lying there shoving legs into you.
I doubled my numbers in those 3 days. But then I was walking around the pool in nothing but a G-string. And there was all these straight guys, big like muscular guys, but were like open-minded and stuff. And like I was getting all my like oil that I was putting on my body, and saying to them, "Oh, like, do you want a bit of oil?" And like when I'd be like, when I'd be like able to feel their vibe that like they were like open minded, and like, "Oh, just put some on yourself," I'd be like putting it on them and stuff all around. And I was just drinking beer after beer. It was the best holiday I've ever had.
Which pill was this?
I was in Ibiza Rocks.
That's where I stayed as well.
Did you
stay there?
Yes.
What section was? I'm just asking for him. What section was it that you were rubbing oil on people?
Like under ties. It was good.
And how much was it to go there?
Hughie is like Pizza Rock savage to wake up to, and he does really.
Yeah, the problem is that you can't bring anybody into it. So I just went and seen. Oh no, I went and seen 2 of the guys, and then 2 of the guys were staying in my hotel.
When I was there,
were they mad strict?
Yeah, that was. I had to jump out. When I was there, I had to jump out. Lucky it was the 4th floor, but the security came in, and I had to jump out of the balcony. And I hold my knee and all, jumped out of the balcony.
But see, like, my friend doesn't drink that much, so like we'd come home from nights out and we're meant to be going to bed, and then like I'd hear like a party in one of the rooms, and I'd just randomly go to strangers' rooms.
Oh my God, I was like that.
Could have been walking into like
tell them this, everything's just a love buzz, isn't it? Everyone's on the same buzz, there's no arguments.
Everyone's just like having fun.
Because they're not in Ireland, they're just outside in Ibiza.
They're not in fucking Ibiza, don't know where they are.
They're in Ibiza, literally in a party land.
Yeah, I nearly drowned and all I was there.
I was boiling hot. I was so dark.
I nearly drowned, man. Like an idiot, right outside there.
Jumping off balconies and drowning. You need to grow up. You're 27.
Thank you.
I was only 25 when I was there.
Right, you need to be careful now, pal.
Right. So outside Ocean Beach.
No, did you listen to the man? Be careful, he said.
Before you die.
Well, look, you're doing enough dangerous shit when you're there.
Yeah, you do. Dangerous stuff.
Right, go on, tell us.
So I was stripped down outside Ocean Beach. I was locked. I was gone legless. And I said,
yeah, Ocean Beach is amazing.
I know there's like boats a little bit further out outside Ocean Beach, right? So I said, we'd swim out to that, not a bother to
you idiot, that's far.
We went.
It's about half a mile.
Just in the video. You can hear it. You can hear his mate recording.
Look, I'll do it.
Oh, he's not coming back.
I goes, I'm a strong swimmer.
Your friend should never have done that.
I came toward the community games in Dublin. I'm a strong swimmer. I said, I'm locked, right? But I said, fuck it.
You just about made it back.
I got back up, right, put my clothes on, fell back into the water. All my money soaked, my phone broke. Everyone thought I was dead back home ringing me mate. Because there was supposed to be 18 of us going and I only ended up 2 of us going. I said, fuck it, I'm still going. But
that is crazy.
Yeah, I was meant to have like 15 or 16, but there only ended up being
that
a
always
few.
Happens when you try to organise a big holiday.
But the thing is like the few of us met people out there as well.
I'll show you after.
Show me afterwards if you want. But we ended up meeting people out there, and I couldn't be arsed with 15 of us anyways because it's too many. Because like when you're going into like Ocean Beach or you're going in, and when this COVID was only like 4 at a table, 6 at a table.
Thank God we went.
Couldn't be arsed with the 15 anyways. But I mean, because Ocean Beach was all outdoors, that was just as normal as it always is. Then like, we could go into bars and bits and pieces, but then like everyone was having room parties, and to be really honest with you, it was just good to be able to go away.
Of course, I went to Benidorm there.
And the best time.
During about a month and a half ago, we went there. It was savage. Went up to Alicante then as well.
Wow. I went this day last month. I went. So technically, around this time last month, I was sucking someone off.
We paint the ceilings in here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, and like, do you go for the Gluck 5000, or is it just like, what's the technique behind it? Like, you can tell me more. You know what I mean?
Behind what?
Behind the bit of the head nod.
What's my technique?
Yeah, like
David was only talking about this last week, so he was saying like David likes a bit of biting.
Who's David?
Me.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was some gay guy that was in. I was like, who's David?
Yeah, there is.
What, you like your willy getting bit?
Yeah, a little bit of it. That, you know what I mean?
No, suck it really hard.
That's okay.
I don't like that, man. I had a bad
Not
experience.
a problem.
I don't like, no, because my first blowjob experience.
No, what you do is on the way back out, you like.
Hey, you listen.
No, she scratched it. She was.
Are you listening?
You know, because when there's no, I'd like no teeth, but she just like literally.
No, I don't want like you're gonna eat a Mars bar and chomp on the thing.
A battered Mars bar out there.
Look, he's gonna show it. But look, this.
That's big.
Yeah, if you think I'm weird,
that's
this
big.
Yeah, this. Should have heard what this fella said the other day. What did he say?
Here, we're gonna sell that bottle.
The little rub in action.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Right, so let me show you that. Right, this is how he explained it to us. So he said, I don't know why normal people like have a wank and they just go like this, right? He was like, I like the whole like this and like just.
No. That's not what I said. Normally, guys, when guys, I'm okay. Like,
I ain't hear this, man.
You better be recording all this.
No, because I have no shame. I'm being out straight.
Yeah.
So the way guys wank is a different. You kind of like jerk off like this. Fellas, this is what they are.
Yeah, but I never let me foreskin go back up the hole, but I keep it down.
Okay, whatever way you do it, you keep it down.
So the knob's always exposed.
Yeah, but I don't do that.
I sort of just go like that, then go like that.
Yeah, okay, that's different, but I don't do any of that. So the way I do it is different. So I just kind of like do it like this. This is what I do. Just the top of it. I don't know. He's different. No, because like I just.
Do you do that?
Because my dick sensation is on top of it, not is. I don't know, man. I came up. I grew up differently. I don't know.
Yeah, you grew up with a fanny and ended up with a Mickey.
Yeah, I just rub it. It's easier.
He has a clip.
He's trying to process what happened.
He doesn't know what's going on.
So you just go like that. I don't have a fanny, dog.
It's not about funny. You guys understand? See, if you guys are men. Men. Okay, I'll give you a good.
You guys are men. You don't say.
I'll give you guys a good clarity now. If this is your dick.
That's quite fat.
Men, it is though. Like mine. But men has.
Can I see it afterwards?
Men,
he will. He'll show you a video.
If you have a photograph, can I
show him the video?
I'll show you a picture of
Show him the video and let him decide if it's big or not. You showed us. You may as well show him.
I'll show you a picture of something of me if you want, and then you show me that. I'll show you a picture of my arse properly. A proper one. No, a proper one.
We should start doing a show like Gay is Exposed.
One that I sent to my boyfriend.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Okay, wait.
Well, Fabu D can be the start.
Yeah,
or the start of the
Fabu D
week.
is going to come out now.
Did he come out?
Are you coming out, Fabu D?
Because he said a few suspect things now. So
he has, and he's very sus.
Wait, I'll show him a picture of my bumhole and see.
Oh, good night and God bless.
Now you guys are putting me in the prison.
Have you ever
I'll show him this way, right? This is
now, can you see why I got casted for shows when I talk
like
that?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This was my first night in Ibiza, yeah?
Oh. What are you bent over there for?
That
is like beats among the shittest fucking blankets ever. Aren't they?
Such a blanket too.
It's not even a fucking decent hotel, like as in the rooms and all.
Scrap, like cardboard.
Do you know what I mean? It's like It's definitely not worth the fucking cash, but it is. Because you're never there anyway.
No, we had the roof. We had a rooftop room.
Wow.
I thought I'd never heard that in this place.
There's a gay hotel, that's it's called Axel Beach or something.
He's going on like he can't find it.
Find me the video now.
It was like his
I'm actually genuinely looking for it. I'm dying. I show it to you guys. Like, see,
what's in it?
What happened, right? On my Snapchat memory came up, and I showed them. It came up on my Snapchat memory, not Snapchat's memory, and he shows you things.
Oh, you're going through your Snapchat archive.
Yeah, that's because that day it came up. He just showed memory.
I reckon it's in my eyes only.
No, it's not in it as well. It's just nothing is there. But it's come up. Don't worry.
See, I'm not a Snapchat person, so I don't know what to. I don't know how to use it.
That's a little trick I was going to tell you about OnlyFans.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was telling him about it earlier.
Lots of people are doing OnlyFans and moving on to Snapchat.
Yeah.
Why?
Remember I was telling you earlier?
Really?
Remember I was telling you? So you
Snapchat,
don't have to give
So on OnlyFans you pay like €6 to get a video, but there's people on Snapchat paying €60 to get a video.
Wait.
Or €80 to do a 2-minute striptease.
You get me?
What? So basically.
So you promote your Snapchat
and you get it all
name,
on Revolut.
and in the private messages,
get them. You get on Snapchat. Set up a separate Snapchat
A lot of
account.
girls does that. It's different with gays, you know.
Yeah,
Why?
Apparently, like these people I've been speaking to who's been like helping me out doing that. The reason why I done it because like all of my sort of like sexy pics on like underwear pics, like I'm really open-minded.
On my story, on my that came up.
Instagram used to delete them all, so I said, why don't you just put them all on your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
So I have.
Yeah, why not?
That's another one.
But
that's another
Oh
picture.
Lord, look at this fella.
Yeah,
oh my god, it's really fat in
That's
it.
Anthony's thick.
Is that your? I thought that was another Mickey, your finger.
I thought that was a hand.
No, that's
Don't put that on the screen.
That's how thick he is. It's actually a thick dick.
So
That's a hand. That's a hand on it.
Who's holding that?
That's a hand on it.
Who's holding that?
Who's holding that?
That's ages ago.
AIDS ago.
Jesus Christ, ages ago. Don't say that one.
So don't ever underrate me, man. I am. Wait, let me just look for purple one, man.
Lord,
don't underrate me. I'm just.
Jesus Christ. No, but with gay guys, apparently, a lot of the gay guys who's big in it to go so far that like there's too much competition. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not fucking gonna start doing porn and shit.
This nearly turned into a porno here. Anyway.
But see, I am very open-minded and like I don't mind like I like all my photographs now.
is that a man?
Yeah, I host stripping shows.
What is got what?
Where can I come to one?
I host them. If you go through, go more. If you go out of there, you see more of that. I used to host stripping shows.
I've never seen a male stripper on me.
Yeah, but
No way.
Is he on a woman or a man?
He's on a woman.
Yeah, but why would you like that? It looks more gay than I do. It's like it's like he's doing a Beyonce move.
No, seriously. Yeah. You go. I'll show you. There's one underneath down as well. They're from Brazil. They're actually in Dublin here.
Wait, what else do we want to touch on with you?
We want to touch on everything.
I know.
No, I'm not touching everything.
He wants
You're
to
not
touch
getting
everything.
anywhere without getting touched by either one of them.
Let's do it.
He's fucking dying to get a hold of this,
Let's
man.
get on the table.
But look,
We can film that for OnlyFans.
so the segment that I had was called "Have You Blown?" But you've definitely blown one of these things anyway.
Blown what?
That's the thing.
Go on, tell me.
That's
what
the
it is.
segment. So the segment is
Have You Blown? Is the segment. Right, Fabu D off the mobile. So there's 6 things here, and I know one of them has definitely been blown, maybe 2. Right. So we start off with a fuse from a house appliance. Have you blown that? Someone's big toe.
No, I've never done that.
A crack pipe. We can all. No, maybe not. A male human dick.
Of course.
A trumpet. Have you ever given someone a trumpet?
I often
Giving somebody a what?
A trumpet.
What's that?
Received a
what's
trumpet.
a trumpet? Down
You
with
get
the
behind
trumpets.
them, a girl or a man can do this, doesn't matter. You get behind them, blow into their arse, and gives them a wink.
Blowing?
Or shook their arse.
Yeah, of course I've had that.
have you?
Of course I'm a gay man.
I've even had that.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't got
And I'm
that yet.
straight.
So you put
What, you've not had somebody like lick your arse?
No, we've not
We've had
So
that.
I'll give you a
Yeah,
story
we've
on
had
that.
that
Right?
big
So the
time.
first time a person tried.
trumpet.
So probably about 2
We've
years
all done
ago,
that.
or a year and a half ago.
Oh, I've never done that before.
Boy,
What, somebody eat your arse?
You're
Am I
boring,
correct?
man.
Nobody have done that before.
No,
Nobody
no.
I got a blowjob from behind like that just the other day off some fella, so he was doing his bits and pieces from behind.
From behind.
No, it was like licking
That's a
my
long
arse,
dick.
right?
That's what you think.
No, it says it's fuck long. It's just like, I've just got like a normal dick, but like, then as I was like, oh gosh, why am I admitting to all this? As I was like bent over, he kind of just put his head underneath and started.
Oh, get it now. I thought you just have to stand.
Am I having sex with a snake?
No, bent over. Right, so say for example. Right, so like if say for example I was like that, and he's doing whatever he's doing, and he kind of just put his head through and just started sucking my willy.
Oh my god.
Like it was kind of like pushed down, and he was like sucking.
Oh, you like you're doing the Squidward.
Yeah.
The Billy goat.
Hopefully my mum doesn't see any of this, God. I mean, why should we not say these things? We all do these things.
Normalise it. Isn't that the word? Normalise.
I have sex!
So do I!
Hobbies are still doing your course next door because we're having sex in
here. I wore a tongue and Ibiza. And I'm a psycho ex.
I love.
I came in my own eye before and got an infection.
Got pink eye.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, since we all screaming out our confession, I walk like this. Let's all have this confession. I mean, let's all be open about life. Why do you have to hide? It is though. It is. Look at you getting hard already because
that's like pre-puberty. I've just got really big balls.
That's big balls. I was saying that to them.
If you don't end up on Pornhub under rubbing clit, or you will be upset.
I do that.
Here's a question though to make you think. Right? What is the? I've asked the boys this, but I want to see what Hughie says. What's the worst thing about being a male?
About being a what?
A male.
The worst thing about being a male is having to go on Facebook and look at single mums wishing themselves Happy Father's Day.
I hate that.
Fucking does my head in. Fuck off. It's a day for fucking deserving dads. Not for you to have a rant about your ex.
I hate that.
Oh, see you, right?
You don't see lads going out and
you don't see the single dads doing that. I get women to have all these like they've had all these equal rights issues and I posted that and I swear to God I went away from my phone. I got hundreds of comments and I never deleted it because I was arsed about people being offended. I deleted it because I couldn't be bothered with the notifications.
Have you ever deleted something where you've offended people? Or you just
no, to be very honest, I never have. Said anything
people.
Like that. I'm sure I've offended people. Well, people have took offence and accused me of stuff that just
women have the right to say Happy Father's Day.
Why?
Because they're
not fathers.
They're not fathers, but your mother took you in the belly for 9.
Yeah, they have Mother's Day.
They have Mother's Day.
And there's some men who out there who doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. And there's mothers who doesn't.
Yeah, there's mothers that do it as well.
But mothers are mothers. You know what?
Fathers are fathers.
But they're mothers.
Don't get me started.
But no.
Don't get me started.
No, excuse me.
My mom is like a father to me.
No, but what's it? Your gender? This is what irritates me. Women want no gender stereotypes. They want equal rights. But then, I'm being like a father. You're the one gender stereotyping yourself. Why can't a woman do any role and a dad do any role?
If a man literally stand by his kids and the woman left the man and is there for the kid, he can actually say Happy Mother's Day to himself.
No, but he can say what he likes. It's not that important.
He can say I'm the father and the mother to this kid.
Right, it's not that important.
Why he's just a father?
Why can't he just be a great dad?
Exactly. You know what?
But they don't. I've never seen that.
Look, you don't understand. See the power. Okay, let me tell you something, right? Men, we are meant to be like that kind of body figure.
Says who?
No,
that's a stereotype. Somebody said that years ago.
That's not even years ago. Like,
what's the name of this episode, by the way?
Yeah, what's the
room?
A what? A what room? Sorry.
Let's continue.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying. What a woman goes through, men don't go through half. Imagine the pain of giving birth. Imagine the pain of bleeding during.
Yeah, but that's not our fault.
That's not our fault.
No, but can I say something, David?
Natural.
Right, but that's not our fault.
Nobody's gonna kick around about it.
Right, but as a gay man, I'm gonna have to pay tens of thousands to have a baby. If I could just carry it, I would. And I'm not disputing.
Can that happen though?
And of course not. But what I'm saying is nature decided that. It doesn't make women a victim because they carry babies. This is what gets me nerves. Right? I completely understand that there's women that are amazing and I get that. But there's men that is. What about men that doesn't feel like they can speak out about how they feel because of all the stereotypes in society?
The pain of that. Emotions.
Mental fucking pain can be worse than any physical pain. What about fucking lads that I know that when courts under the table favouritize mums and never get to see their kids? When women are being fucking bitches is because the fellas have moved on with new fellas and all. New fellas, new girlfriends.
Yeah.
That happens as well. There's both sides of the coin.
Well, I will agree with you on that. That's true because sometimes it's...
So let the mothers have their day and let the fathers have their
Great moms and great dads out there.
Let me say something.
Why don't you just have parents?
I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying in some situations, like some people have gone through some certain things that they deserve.
They have to do everything.
Yeah,
but then you have Mother's Day and you have a great Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So and then
when they're like, oh, I don't want my kids to feel left out and they're not making a Father's Day card, make it for the granddad.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what most families do.
Yeah, you always have one for the nanny and you always have one for your granddad.
And your godmother or your godfather, the dog, anyone, but you won't.
The dog, hey, doggy, happy Father's Day.
And if you want
That's actually a question I want to ask you.
And if you want to bring home what your mum
Irish people do that, like for Father's and Mother's Day, we give to our nannies and granddads. Do African people do that as well on Father's and Mother's Day? Do they give it to their
Is Father's Day the same around? No, I don't think it is because I have American friends and Mother's Day was a different day.
Yeah, it's a different
thing.
I think Ireland is just the only country that has that. I think so because in Africa and in America and in Nigeria, the same Father's Day, the same Mother's Day, the same day.
Yeah, it's in
I don't know what
the
it
end
is.
of April because it was when I was away filming.
A
girl got the video.
All countries are different with stuff.
Yeah,
all countries are different.
Yeah, but
look, the same.
The only reason I think for Mother's Day on Father's Day is because they're just. I don't want to say actually because I'm probably slagging people here, but not like. Single mothers that have like bad,
that are bitter,
that are bitter, and
giving shit to their ex,
and they want their ex
because that's always the ones you see. You never see like a nice little post like, but why is the kid's not writing there?
No, the kid's not writing it. No,
Jessica's 18 months. She doesn't know what's going on.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Here's a happy Father's Day to me because my ex-fella is
it's like
someone over there.
Happy Father's Day to myself and all the single mothers out there doing this on their own.
18 months I'm flat out doing this.
Do that on Mother's Day. Do it on a random day. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like I know it's not. It isn't that deep, but it bugs me, and I feel like if it was the other way around. Like there'd be loads of murder about it. Again, how people select what to stand up for and what to do.
A man once had sex with this lady and she had a baby for the man. But the man didn't want to have anything to do with her. But he had another affair with another woman and had a baby with her. Now this boy grew up with the mom and he stayed with the mom for a while, but he didn't get to know the dad as much because dad doesn't want anything to do with him anyway. But this mom took him to football, this like karate class, stand there for him, doing everything. She was there for this boy no matter what.
But she's just a mum then, she's still not a dad.
But listen, this boy kind of grew up to be something. And one day he put up on his post, Happy Mother's Day to my mother. And Father's Day to my mother. Will you agree with that post or will you disagree with that post?
It's not that deep, but I don't really see those posts. It's always it's always the mums doing that.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I've never ever seen
when it comes from the mom, yeah, but when it comes from the son,
yeah, that would.
You understand?
I'm not offended by anything. It's more I'm offended when the world is offended only for some people.
Yeah. So when the woman put up a post saying Happy Father's Day, maybe, but when the son or when the kid look at the mom as like this is my mom, this is my dad. Do you understand? So it's a different kind of viewing. So a woman can be like Happy Father's Day to me. I mean,
I feel like we're really stalling on this issue. Yeah, it's not even an issue. We're making an issue out of it.
Right. We're not judging anybody.
Leave them all to it, but
each their own.
Again, I'm being honest.
See, he's like me. He go bored and it's like
I'm not bored. It's just a bit annoying. But look,
so is there an coming up that everyone can look forward to? From
that
you can say or
well, right now the challenge has only aired one episode. So second episode. So started on the 16th on MTV. Started on the 16th. So second episode will be the 23rd. So is that Monday? I don't know. So it started on the 16th. It's on every Monday or every Tuesday. I can't remember what. The 16th was Monday, yeah. So every Monday on MTV, you move over there, you third leg of yours. So every Monday on MTV for the next like 12 weeks or so, and it's going to be so good. It was so funny. There's so many amazing challenges and experiences on it.
Wow.
And then I'm just filming a dating show this month in Ireland with my dad, family friend, but I can't tell you what it is.
You went first date?
Yeah, but that was already gone.
So
I'm doing a new dating show, comes out in October, and then I'm doing another really well-known show in Ireland that comes out in October, but I can't tell you what it is, and I film it next month.
Love it.
Wow.
Oh, so you're fully booked.
I'm doing that, filming that between now and the beginning of September. I'm filming those two programs, and then I might be going away middle of September for a different MTV program. But I'll find
busy,
out.
Busy, man.
Busy, love it.
I think I have a feeling you're in connection with the MTV producers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've just done one show with them, so I'd like to do some more.
No, I wouldn't like reality shows.
But I mean, I'll see what happens. I'd like to do some more. I want to have fun. I was in a relationship from a very young age, so like I feel younger now at 27 than I did at 22. Yeah. I just want to have a good time and see you and me.
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, so and then if people enjoy watching it on telly, that's good. Yeah. I don't know.
And as well,
you're likeable, man.
I know if they don't know you,
there's something
wrong with them. We always say that, but for anyone that's watching, if anyone even got this far after, well, actually, you know what? I'd say people pretty much did get this far because there's a few good sex tips in there as well. So
I said, and we started this with a hard bang, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
We started this talk with a little.
But anyone that doesn't know yet,
the beginning was just. Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't always talk. Well, actually, we had a few series tests.
We did.
There was
some good stuff in it.
So I wasn't just talking about getting my arse eaten from behind. I mean, that happened.
But anyone that doesn't know you,
go and follow
doesn't follow you. Where do they find you?
So, Hughie Maughan is my name, so if you typed it into any of them, I'm sure it'll come up. So, Hughie Maughan Official on...
Not Louis, Hughie.
Hughie Maughan Official on Instagram. Hughie_Maughan on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hughie_Official on Snapchat, which I don't use, but whatever. I go on it sometimes, I get sent loads of dick pics. Just Hughie on Grindr, so come near me. Hughie Maughan on OnlyFans, go and check that out. And then Hughie Maughan on Facebook.
Yeah,
find those blue tick ones, that's me.
We should, do you know what we should do? We should do like a hard chat fucking promo code for his OnlyFans. Don't be silly, rap your willy.
Yeah. And always pull out if you don't.
It's better. It's better raw, mate.
It is better raw.
Raw dogging
out.
I'm not going.
So that's why
you don't trust the
I'm
person.
not going down this alleyway.
See, that's why I'd like to have a boyfriend who's really fun, up for a good time, travel the world, go to Thailand, shag on the beach, probably get arrested, bang each other.
I want to bang on a plane.
You are freaky.
I am a freak.
You scare me. I don't like freaky people.
I hate the beach.
I have limited dating and sex experience, but I am a freak, so I can't stand
freaky people scare me because they intimidate. Because I've met people who are freaky. I'm like, oh, stop.
What, do you want to be boring and missionary? No, I'm like, fucking pull me around. Slap me in the face.
Intimate shit. Yeah.
Slap me in the face. Spit on me.
Yeah, just intimate.
Pull the hair, smack the back of the head.
That's what I'm doing to each other. Get a fucking big long 20-inch dildo and shove it up each other. Go for it all.
Oh, like cat and doggies would be like.
Is that what you said you're into?
Yeah.
Oh,
really freaky.
I was no, that's okay. When you said freaky, I meant like, for example, going to the beach and do doggy style. I'm like,
I'd like to do that as well.
But it's windy,
it's fine. Even when
you never had sex outdoors.
I'm starving after all this talk.
When you have the window open, it's windy as well. So.
Oh no, that's not me. I don't know.
Also,
I can't.
When the wind gets like onto your bumhole, if you're doing it from behind, it's a nice little breeze.
And you get it hard on.
Really? I think it disturbs me because my mind is. I need to be quiet.
And you think it's a wind and you turn around, it's just some dirty old pair.
Licking your ass!
From the sand dunes blowing in there.
I need to open up actually. Now I'm actually gonna go and tell my miss, I'm like, you know what, babe, I'm really sorry for not being.
Get your finger put up your ass.
Get straight, ready to go home, straight into the lounge chair.
Just want a leather G-string and do it. I've got loads of underwear since I've been single. I've just ordered it all, been sent it all. I want to make my own sexy underwear targeted for gay men. And jock straps and tongs and stuff. That's one of my business ventures.
You'd be like Borat suit one.
Very good thinking.
I want to do that 100%. That's what I want to do. Right. That's a plan.
That's a good thing.
Go down past that way. Everyone watch out for that.
That's a good thing.
I want to call it Fancy Boys, but I feel that sounds derogatory towards
Fancy Boys.
Fancy Boys.
No.
Why don't you call it Fancy Pants?
Oh, Fancy Pants.
I was.
But if that ever happens, I want some.
I was in Longford and there's a shop called Big Mickey, and your man is making money. Being on Big, no, I swear to God.
Big Mickey.
Yeah, I did a video with it. So don't be afraid.
Like that ice cream shop that's
what about Big Dicky?
Literally,
Big Dicky.
Like that place that's making the pancakes into the shape of Mickey's.
Do you know like jock straps and like gay men would buy? Anyone can buy them, but I want to do that because it's like there's like loads of underwear brands, but there's never one that's just directed for that. And when you go onto these underwear brands, you've got all these big fit straight guys wearing these underwear that models for them generally. So I want something made by gay man for gay men.
Straight, but they could be gay models.
No, because they're like influencers and reality.
So you just want normal people.
That would be cool. And I can imagine you modelling down your ass and wearing the gay man.
You don't have to imagine. Go on Google and you'll see me.
Like wearing the tongue that you want to sell.
Yeah, I want to do all of that. I already get sent stuff by people all the time, so I did the promo for them. So why don't I do my own?
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so you know what? And we wish you the best of luck on that venture. And I hope you do the
so much, guys.
Right, man. What a legend.
Look,
thank you.
Make sure you follow his journey.
This has been a crazy one.
No, you will never forget this, ever.
But here, he didn't get a chance to do a proper intro, right? So we'll give him a chance to do an outro.
So we'll start. So if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.
And keep your head out the microwave.
Bye-bye.
What do I say? I love penis and bum holes. Bye.